Parsi community, though small, are a community with a big heart. They're also famous for their quirky sense of humor. They share a big sense of community and often live together in bags. Not only do they preserve their heritage, but they love to preserve their automobiles too.
4 of my motorcycles are inside my house on the 11th floor.
I've raced this bike on a small gymkhana track.
I think we are just crazy. We are just peculiar about having our bikes shine better than our wives.
I have a non-veg one, but I won't say that.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of History on Wheels. Now, if you've ever been in the market for a second-hand car, you would have heard the term Parsi owned. Well, we Parsis are crazy. I'll be forgiven for saying that because I'm half a Parsi too. We're crazy passionate about our machines and we maintain them meticulously. That's why they command more value. Well, today I have not one, not two, not three, but a whole bunch of Bawa bikers with me. Meet the vintage Zoroastrian bikers of Bombay.
Hi, I'm Zarius Zen. This is a 1973 Norton Commando MK2.
I am Parsis Pauri. This is my BSA 1955 BB31.
My name is Kaizad Pantaki. It's a very special bike. It's called an AJS.
My name is Nes Buhariwala. He is Jangir and this is Varun. This BSA is A7 SS. This one is A7. This is an R69S.
Some Farzad Dastur. Hi, my name is Burgess Zaveri.
This is my Java 353.
This is my 1963 Java 353.
Hi, my name is Virav Pauri and this is a Matchless 350.
Hi, my name is Pezad Lagdawala. It's a Triumph Bonville with T120.
My name is Purajar Fauzdar. This is the R90S and this is a BMW R50.
My name is Jahangir Farooq. She is my Norton ES2 500.
My name is Kerfegar Idilji. This is a Royal Enfield 350 Bullets standard model.
My name is Shiroy Kola. This is a BSA Golden Flash A650.
I'm Rustam Mistry. I'm Faroki. This is my Triumph Tiger 100. I have a Triumph Tiger T100.
Hi Zarius, thank you for sharing this Sunday morning ride
Hi.
with us. We'd like to ask you a few questions, basically about how did this club start and when?
So, you've already introduced me. I'm Zarius, and together we are the vintage Zoroastrian bikers of Bombay. Special mention that the first ride that we ever had was with a dear friend of mine who we lost recently, Rayan Banaji. He had an iconic CB32 Gold Star, and my first ride was zipping down through Marine Drive with his and his uncle's Gold Star. So that's the thing that really inspired me to get into the vintage motorcycle fraternity. And we've been riding for about 15 years. We do our casual Sunday morning breakfast rides. Time permitting, we do these out-of-town trips that are to Lonavala or Panchgani, etc. We do frequent the vintage rallies that come around every year in Mumbai as well. And the motorcycle group is, a lot of people think, is it religion related because we say we are the vintage Zoroastrian bikers of Bombay? Well, actually, it's more of an identity. It's a group of people that connect with their motorcycles, and it's always been symbolic with Parsis having their iconic machines maintained, loved and restored. And that's where we come from.
I was just going to say it should be because only they will have machines as well restored as this, and you need a certain level to be a part of this club.
Thank you, you're very kind.
So yeah, I mean, as you can see, these bikes all look what we would say in the Parsi community, chakachak. Sunday mornings are for Parsis to sit and lovingly tend to their machines. They often go to the extent of using toothbrushes to clean parts that cannot be easily accessed. Their prized possessions just have to be perfect and shiny new.
Yes, I've watched him through the week. It's not even Sundays. I think every time you're down and he's down with his motorcycles, he'll be doing something to the motorcycle.
Common sight to go to a Parsi colony and see an old Babaji sit and polish his bike. And until today, when I'm sitting and cleaning my bike, my girlfriend looks at me and says, "Okay, that you become one of those guys."
For Parsis, we say like first this, then your wife and family comes.
I think we are just crazy. As crazy as they come. I think we are just peculiar about having our bikes shine better than our wives. It's just a way of life, really having these bikes, having this old community, and it's a great place to live and be a part of.
What made them choose this particular bike to bring to our story and the ride?
So this is probably the only Norton Commando in India. It's got isolastic suspension designed by Stephen Bauer from Team Rolls-Royce. So you've actually got Rolls-Royce suspension in here, which is what's beautiful about it.
Beautifully tuned, the way the engine runs, it doesn't feel like this is from 1952. It's just a marvel to be able to ride something like this.
This bike is very special to me because my father envisioned this bike in this particular way. Everything's original, from the hand-painted golden lines to the Czechoslovakian carb to every part is the way it rolled out of the factory.
It's very rare. People turn heads whenever you are riding it and they ask you about how old this bike, and they see that this bike is still in running condition and they are really happy about it.
This was the first bike produced, stock bike, out of the SX factory of Triumph and the first one to be exported. It's been in the family from day one.
It's 900cc, it's quick, it's got great brakes, it's got everything that BMW could package back in the day. So it's a phenomenal machine.
A very reliable sort of machine in her era also. And the name ES2 is derived from the name EZ2.
When I started learning how to ride a bike, this was the first machine on which I started to ride. So that's special to me.
We all know them for their crazy bent of mind. So we had to ask, what's the craziest thing they had done with their bike?
Craziest thing, I've done a lot of crazy things on a lot of bikes. You know, it's been a frequent at all the rallies. It's always been a head turner, and it's one of those gentle giants. That's what I love about it.
I have just started off and ridden it for almost 2 hours and then realized, oh God, I'm too far away from home. And I turned around and I came back. It was such fun.
Actually, my grandfather has. He's gone to Udwada, which is our hometown, all the way to Gujarat, up and down, and on the old highways back then. 3 in the back seat, in the sidecar, 3 on the back, and they used to ride around. At that time, there were no cops and all stopping them. So they used to take their furniture in the sidecar. They used to do a lot of other stuff.
For me, I think I've raced this bike on a small gymkhana track. That's my best memory.
One of the fun story was once this bike came, we got it on a flatbed down from Pune to Bombay. My brother was in town, so we had all the 4 grandchildren sit on it, and my father-in-law, so he's no more. So one of the special stories and pictures we have in our family album.
We're Parsis, so we're as crazy as they come. We built it absolutely bone stock. We've got the original history of the bike, how it was delivered, where it was delivered, which dealer had sold it, how did it come to India. We've documented everything on this bike.
Once we were like going up the ghats, she stopped. I got down. I said, engine seized, khatam. I was like waiting. We just had a talk for 2 minutes and he just kicked again and she fired. And it was fun. Like we were like laughing. All of us were laughing at each other.
We were at around 14,000 feet approximately. So the bike stalled. Then I had to turn around the bike. Unfortunately, the Himalayan doesn't have a kickstarter. So I had to turn around the bike and actually push start it in second gear with the ledge close by, and there were almost no roads. And we were panting due to altitude.
Actually, my granddad and his wife have actually traveled on this bike from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, right from north to south on this bike.
And when you're so passionate about something, there are surely many memories attached to it, and we had to ask which was their most favorite moment with their bike.
The most favorite moment of this bike is when my kids saw it, especially when my son is also a bike crazy guy like I am, and he was so young at that point of time, but he said, Dad, that's the best thing you've bought.
My favorite moment is taking my wife and kid on this motorcycle. My daughter knows the exact model. She'll request which one she wants on a Sunday ride, so it's more often than not, it's the Norton Commando.
The bikes all look so spanking and shiny new. We had to find out if the restoration process had been difficult.
So luckily this bike was restored before it came in the container. It was restored in England. I've had it about 8 years now. Haven't really spent a buck on it. So it's just my duty to look after it and keep it the way it is.
It all depends on how you restore them. Once you restore them to a professional level, then you don't have to look on that. But if you give it to any roadside mechanic and all that, then it's obviously there is going to be a problem.
No, absolutely smooth. I think even if I started after 15 days, it starts in 2 or 3 kicks itself.
Now, a lot of them had not only one, but many other bikes, and we had to find out which other exciting bikes were a part of their collection.
Too many is what I normally say. This is the cream of the crop. I've got an 850 Norton Commando. I've got a very rare 750 Bonneville, which is the inspiration behind the current range of Bonnevilles. I do also have a 650 Triumph Tiger 110, a DBD Gold Star, and I have an AJS M20.
Very honestly, 4 of my motorcycles are inside my house on the 11th floor. Like people in my colony, like they all say कि बाबाजी के घर में तो 11th floor पे bike है.
So I currently have Royal Enfield Lightning. The last motorcycle we had was a 1953 Norton Dominator and had a couple of Triumph Tiger 100s, Norton ES2s.
Well, in my 58 years of riding, I have had about 25 different British bikes. And I've always been attracted to them.
With so much love and passion for the bikes, did they hope to pass this on to the next generation?
200%. I'm damn sure that my son is going to take care of this bike as the way I take care of it.
I do hope so. Maintenance is the key. If you don't maintain any machine, then it's going to give you a problem.
I think heritage is a big part of this community. Just watching generations own it before you. A lot of people within the group have had the bikes for multiple generations.
I have 2 daughters, but I don't know they will be able to ride it or not like this. But I wish they go into it and take a ride.
While each one had their own sense of pride for their machines, there was a larger sense of pride in being a part of this community.
Okay, the most important part about this, the feeling is the entire rut of the work that you've done in the week gets completely fizzled out, and I relax in these rides that happen on weekends.
So it's only on Sundays that we come out on these bikes, have some breakfast, have some tea and just enjoy ourselves out, yeah.
We're all very like-minded, so even if we're out on a ride, if a bike stops, they're older bikes, things are bound to happen. Everyone will stop, someone will help you kickstart the bike, someone will help you with the accelerator. Yeah. If you want parts, someone's there to help you. A lot of the times, if a bike is being sold, it's sold within the club, and there's just very supportive environment.
The community rides the bike more than storing the bike, which in the essence is really important. These bikes were always meant to be ridden. So yes, I think in the true spirit of motorcycling, vintage Zoroastrian bikers of Bombay have kept up into that spirit.
Forming a club just brings about a whole sense of community in every sense, and it just makes the whole riding experience a lot better.
And such is the sense of community that 2 of the members actually got married to one another and were on their honeymoon during the time of this shoot. Well, an amazing collection of beautiful bikes and some fun stories. But let's get some more fun stories from them. Let's hit them with the rapid fire. If your bike could talk, what's the most embarrassing story it would tell about?
I think I'll leave that one. He's got it.
What's the most ridiculous excuse you've given your wife to go out riding?
I'm not allowed, actually. I'm not allowed beyond Bandra now.
I've got a whole book of excuses, but she's very supportive.
What's the most ridiculous thing someone has said to you about your bike, and how angry were you?
This bike has a helicopter engine. So I said, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I always get the question, is it a diesel bike and what's the average?
Have you ever judged other people who don't maintain their bikes?
You should hear our private conversation sometime.
Are classic bikes art or just toys for grown-up boys?
Art, culture, a vibe, a feel, and everything in between.
Things that you can say to your wife as well as your bike.
You're beautiful. I have a non-veg one, but I won't say that.
Some ladies come before most.
What a beautiful morning it has been with some amazing bikes, some amazing people, and some great stories. Well, we hope you've enjoyed watching this show. Stay tuned to Mashable India to get more fun content like this.